Yo, what's up, guys? Damnation-n-Hellfire here, and we got Ross Crow
Good
of,
evening.
of the Dolphin fame there, apparently, tonight. We got RB,
Howdy, everyone.
and we got Toxic.
How are we all?
So, I'm good. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm good. I'm having fun doing this thing called Bounty. It's pretty freaking amazing this time around, I have to say.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
So, what's everybody at in points? I am at about 60,000 points right now.
At what did you say?
60,000.
Oh, yeah. Where are you at? No, I'm just kidding. You're doing good.
I'm in 454. You can't get to me. Ha ha.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm at 64,000 also, so just right there also.
Oh, nice, nice. RB?
That means you're both twice as good as me because I'm on about 30.
Well, we're at least twice as good as you.
That's right.
What about you, Toxic? What are you at?
Yeah, me three. I'm about 34 or 35.
Nice. Like, how much time have you guys been putting into it? Because I'll be honest, I haven't put a whole lot of time in. I could have put a lot more time in than what I have, but it's coming along pretty nicely, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it's. I could have put a lot less time in it, but I am really enjoying myself. And I auto a couple of bases and whatnot, and then I'll try one that's a little bit harder. And I like it. I really like it, and I don't mind spending a coin or two. I spend a fair few. I spent more coins already than I have in a long time. Yeah, I just hope. I wish they could make raids like that. It'd be awesome. This is the best thing that they've done in a long time. And that's not just me saying it. There is a lot of other people that are saying exactly the same thing. It's got to be whoever did this deserves a bonus. Whoever thought of this or whoever got this done, he definitely deserves a bonus. That is awesome. I don't know what you guys think, but that's just my thoughts. And I don't, by no means am I trying to light up your, where. But this is great. I love it.
I totally agree, 100%. The way it's set up off the targets are players' bases. This truly makes the PvE targets PvP style. This is what I consider a correct bounty from the start. This is what I really like this. I've got my points from. I really don't have my points from hitting the lower bases. I've really enjoyed trying some of these. The 115s, 129s. Some of these bases, they're doable. And especially here's the kicker is they don't dome at 25%. So you get to you can practice, your hitting techniques, seeing how close you can go to 25 and retreating on your own, things like that. I mean, that's what I've been trying, and also checking splash on fleets, seeing what you can do. These new missiles are quite a bit of a stopper for the onslaught. However, not if they're not positioned correctly, So I'm having a good time with it, and in all honesty, no one's dock is down. No one's having to coin their repair that I'm hitting, and I'm not getting called any names if I fail. So I love it.
And it's funny you bring up the being called names thing, because we were talking last night and on the Hangout how they really need to generate random hate mail that comes with hitting these bases. Just randomly every so often you hit a base and like a random hate mail message will pop up in your inbox. That way it gives you the true feel of PvP. You know,
Right.
I know. I myself, I'm loving this event. I'm having more fun than I've had in anything for a long time. The only one thing that I might make as a suggestion to make it even better going forward and reflect real PvP a little bit more is not having to kill the entire guard. Because sometimes that's more of a pain in the ass than actually killing the base, you know? So, and in regular PvP, to get to 100%, you don't have to kill the guard. You can, and lots of times in today's PvP, it's really you just waving at the opponent's guard as you drive by because both of you have such a hard time killing each other, you know? So that would be my only suggestion to make it reflect better and make everybody have an even better time is that you just shouldn't have to kill the entire guard that's in the base.
Right. That'd be good. I agree. If it was removed from the map, if the OP was dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Have everything trigger off the OP as opposed to the guard. But other than that, yeah, I think it's an amazing time. And you know, I really want to. Here, I'm going to screen share for a minute because I really want to share this slide that I made. Because all these people are saying, "Oh, I don't want to do a second event. Oh, it's just another time sink. Oh no, you know, all that kind of stuff." Let me show you. Let me give you a look at something here for a second. Okay, just by entering bounty, you're going to get 4 grants per day at 800 points per grant. That's 3,200 points per day. Over the course of 4 days, that's 12,800 bounty. If you get a friend to hit you with a gunboat 5 times per day, that's 1,000 points. Or times 4 days, that's 4,000 bounty. So your total bounty for pushing a button and a few gunboat hits over the course of the event is 16,800 bounty. Guess what? For 16,800 bounty, you have your pick of any freaking prize on the list except for the new boat. So for the simple price of hitting a button, you can get the siege missile, or you can get the new missile special, or you can get a fire platform M, Wake tactical module, any of the skins. You can get, you know, your 12-hour ship build token, your assault disruptor, gluttony, sinful scattergun, structure build, agility systems, vulcanized barrels, Gatling guns, King's Writs, conquest yard, 24-hour tokens, 2 XQ mortars, high explosive shells, frontline platforms, EMP, onslaughts. You have your choice of any of those things for the simple cost of getting hit 5 times a day by a gunboat and pushing the button to join. That's all you got to do. So don't tell me it's a time sink, and don't tell me it's going to take you a lot of money, because I just proved that you're totally wrong. So I just wanted to make sure I shared that with everybody to point out you don't really have to put any time into this event at all to be able to get a prize.
Now you could get hit and lose some, you know, so.
Actually, doing it this way, the most you're ever going to have at a time is going to be that's unsecured is probably what 1,600 probably, and that means you would only be worth 800 at somebody. And quite honestly, who's going to go hit you for 800 points when they can just hit 2 map targets that they know they're going to be able to get to do for no repair for the exact same amount?
Right. Well, no, even if they were, if you're looking into that, even if they were to hit you, that's still, look at the total point payout is still great.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I honestly think that you're going to be so low on the radar if you're just doing the grants and stuff that nobody's going to look to be hitting you like at all.
Right. No, I mean, you won't be worth anything to anyone because they get the same grants as you.
Yeah, and not to mention, you know, the people who are really out doing it are going to be, you know, sitting at, they're going to have like 20,000 unsecured while you're going to be sitting at like, you know, 1,600 unsecured. So you're not even going to show up on their radar at all. I mean, Christ, there's people out there right now during this current event who have 20,000 unsecured bounty and nobody's touching them because everybody's having so much fun hitting these your opponent bases that nobody cares what anybody else has for bounty. You know what I mean?
This may change in the last day, where a lot of people will care who's got what bounty. But right now, no one cares. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and even on that last day, though, it's only going to, the only people are going to care the people who have like you know, like 20,000 unsecured or more, probably. You know what I'm saying? People are going to want that big swing at the last minute. They're not going to be like, oh, that guy has 800 unsecured bounty. I need to go hit him. You know, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. So let me ask you this. For the most part, are you guys going out and just farming the real low-level stuff with one boat? Or are you actually putting fleets together and go hitting the real harder ones, or a combination of all of it? Or what are you doing? I know I myself usually am just going out and using one boat to farm the real easy shit. And then right before I go to bed, maybe I'll like try to actually, you know, put a fleet together and hit like a real one.
I'm actually going for the hundreds up. Now I'm finding that a lot of the hundreds in the 101, 104s, they really some of them I granted are really nice bases, but some of these are amazingly poor. So you can actually do well and from the 100 up range, and then when I feel challenged, when I go for those 115s, and they you know, you can always count on the missiles in you know, the double missile in the 115 and above, for me at least so far, or usually, not so far, but usually. And so that makes it a challenge. And I've been trying different things against those, just trying to see what I have in my arsenal, actually, because I know that those are actual in you know, actual bases today.
Yeah, exactly the same there, Ross. I do auto to get some points up, but I've not done any base hitting at all the last year or so. So I just didn't have the fleets, and I didn't have the didn't want to spend the coin to get nowhere anyway, and only hitting little bases. That, you know, it's no fun. And I only just got the bus built, and I've got a King's and an Elvis and one Sloth, and I use those to wiggle my way through bases. And it works with some, doesn't work with others. Some little bases are really good. Like I've been in a base that had 5 vanquishers in it, and it killed my whole fleet, those 5 things.
Yeah, I actually wanted to bring that up too, because they have that deal on right now for the 5 vanquishers for $20, and
Yeah,
you know, I'm not generally one about buying the pre-made fleets and stuff, but as far as people who don't have a decent guard of any kind for, you know, mid to low levels, and maybe even to some a little bit higher levels that don't have really good tech, those 5 vanquishers, yeah, they'll put a freaking hurting on you, man.
oh yeah, it killed my fleet, and I didn't know what it was, and I never thought it'd be the vanquishers. But yeah, and I'm learning to drive. I'm learning to drive the bus, and how it works, and what it does, and what the King's it does, and how to drive it, and it is really fun. It's really, I mean, it's not like a raid, and it's not like a how will I say, like a previous bounty where you just have to grind out stupid same target. You know, it's every base is different, and you know that Kicks isn't just bullshitting with the bases, because there's some designs in there that if I was Kicks, I would not have let them come through.
Exactly.
You mean like the FU Kicks ones, and the ones that are big things of male genitalia and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I wasn't going to say it, but yeah.
They're out there.
So they're not. It's not just a ploy. You know, they're really trying to get us to have some fun, and I think they've done it with this bounty. Like I said, I've never enjoyed myself that much hitting bases, because I can learn in the tougher bases, and I can get my points with the smaller bases, and it's two birds with one stone. And I don't mind. I don't care if I have to spend another $10 or $20. I'm having fun, even if I have to repair the base a couple of times, the base of fleet a couple of times. So yeah, if anyone who hasn't started yet, just like Damnation showed the slides just then, there isn't really much that you have to do, but what you do is fun. It's just having fun, and that's great.
He said, "Do do."
The do. The da. That's a song, you know.
It's a song. But I'll be honest, like the things have been a really good sign for 2018 because the two events I've had the most fun in a long time have happened this year. And one was the Buck campaign where we could get votes for other people, and the other one is now this bounty. And to me, that's just a really good sign for 2018 and what's to come.
But not someone else in charge, is there, Damnation? They're not anything you know about.
There could possibly be somebody else who's in charge of the direction of Battle Pirates at this point juncture.
Yeah.
That could have something to do with the whole thing.
I don't know the bloke, whoever it is. I don't ever talk to him, but if I was the boss up there, I'd give him a bonus.
All right. Right. So
that's me done shining the light, so yeah.
All right. I think I just saw it coming out of his eyes too, man. I'm not sure. So RB, what are you mainly hitting?
I'm doing a combination of all of them. It's sort of, you know, what everyone else has kind of said. So like Toxic, you know, I haven't really been hitting bases. You've seen how bad I sucked at that. So it's a really good way to practice. You don't have to spend hours finding dead base after dead base after dead base. You know, some are really good, some are, you know, really easy. Yeah, it's been really good, really enjoyable.
I mean, I think the coolest thing is I think there's so many people out there that want to engage in PvP, but they're kind of timid about it because number one, they're not sure what their fleets are capable of. Number two, they don't want to get all the nonsense that goes with PvP, you know, like being called out on comms and getting messages about how much people hate you or how much you suck as a driver and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, like, so you can actually engage in PvP without having to do all that crap, you know, and I think that aspect of it alone, I think, is a really good thing.
Yeah.
And one thing, sorry, you go, Abby.
Oh, no, it's fine. I was just going to say, you know, there's less pressure. There's nobody sniping, guarding bases, you know, the whole lot. You can take your time, you know, when they're a bit harder, there's no bubbles to worry about, you know, unless the target despawns, but, you know, you can just take your time, learn what does what, how it all works, and then, you know, I've found that I've gotten not a lot, but a bit better as I've gone along, you know, starting to work out what's happening and all that sort of stuff. So it's been really good.
Yeah, and one thing that I haven't heard anyone mention yet. I mean, when you hit the base, have a look at it and see what you can improve on your own base with what you're seeing. I mean, there's a plethora of bases that you can hit. You don't have to kill him, but have a look at them. Have a look at the 129. See what he's got in his base. How he's got the layout. Where has he placed his ships? What turrets has he got where? You know, you can learn about your own base design about and that as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Neil, how's your bounty going, bud?
Oh man, I'll tell you what, I'm having a ball. It's probably the best bounty I've ever had, and I probably enjoy it more than I've ever had it because we do have the simulated bases, and if you want to play around and hit the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, you can do that. Or if you want to go use your big fleet and hit some of the bigger bases, that's fun too because you can always practice.
I mean, it's literally it's PvP without the pressure of PvP, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Has anybody gotten to hit their own base yet?
No, but I peek them all.
I looked at a bunch of them to see if I can find mine.
right. That'd be fun. It's like, oh, I just flattened myself. have in the course of like going in and out of bases, has anybody had any reap on them while they were going in and out?
Have any
No,
what?
no, I haven't. No.
No, I've entered some bases that were. It looks like they had been, recorded by Kixeye for this event at the time. They must have just been hit, and then the actual log in to record in to take a picture of their base must have been the start of the repair, because it looks like someone just started the repair on a base, and here it was. And I've hit a couple of those, and so it was interesting.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. I've seen lots of them where the gates were damaged, So it's like they had everything in their base repaired except for the gates, so the gates had just a little bit of red on them. I've seen lots without guards in them too. Lots of bases without guards.
Yeah, I thought maybe they even sometimes I think they might even damage some of the portals just so we don't have to beat on them so hard. I don't know if they would have done that or not, but
no, I think they took legit captures of the base from whatever condition they were in at the time. Is the way I think that went about. So
right. And I love the fact that people's guards chase you. Some of them, it's great, man. Sometimes those portals drop, and here comes the guard. You don't know. Yeah, I love these targets because every single one of them can be different. They don't get boring, even if they're easy or even if they're hard. They don't get boring.
Yeah, and you can have clowns like me trying to hit a base that I shouldn't even go anywhere near, and that's why you get the portals like a little bit damaged or scratched. That'll be people like me who don't know how to hit a base trying to get in. But it's fun. It's just so much fun.
Yeah,
I did hit one today where a guy sent me a PM going, "I've been prepping that for 30 minutes." And I said, "Well, I didn't see your fleet around." He said, "I got subs." I said, "Well, I'm hitting it with a King's Writ. How would I see your subs?" Well, but he was okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, this seems to be one of those events too that if you accidentally snag somebody's target, they're like, okay, whatever. Nobody seems to be all that pressured and upset about this event. Everybody's having too much fun to be all pissy about it.
Yeah, and you can prep. You can just leave a building or a warehouse in there, and you can send a level 50 or 60 in and get his couple of 100 points, and he can then get something out of the store that make his base better or his fleet better or whatnot. That's a good thing too.
Well, don't you think it's really nice that instead of beating yourself up on 50 points at a time, you can actually pick up 150 to 350 points, even if you're hitting the mid levels? I think it's just great.
I actually got a 500 point last night. I haven't gotten one so far, but that was nice. It's like, oh wow, I got 500 points off that thing. That's awesome. And it's really surprising too, because like sometimes you'll like go in a level 70 and you'll be like, oh, this is 70. I can go in with my one onslaught or my one King's Writ or Eviscerator and whatever and do this base. And you get in there and you look and you're like, well, this ain't no level 70 base. Yeah. Like, this guy has Boulder Fists and Hopes in there. It's like, what the hell? And then sometimes you'll go in like the level 106 base and you'll be like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And you go in and you're like, man, this dude has like level 4 walls and 7 turrets. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I need to find him in the regular game, right?
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. It's just there's such a wide variety. There's something out there for literally anybody to be able to hit.
I'm curious, are you getting some feedback from other players other than just, our little friend group here that are saying the same thing? Are we getting a lot of good feedback about this? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, I did I threw up a poll on the page earlier today, and overall, like resoundingly, the effects were everybody loves this bounty. Yeah, across all the pages, it seems there's a really good vibe, and it's really good to see and really healthy for the game. Yeah, well, I got 36,000 points,
And in global, I'm 2,301. So there's a lot of people playing.
It's funny you say that. I mean, in the sector that I'm in, we've only got like 68, 72 players playing. But overall, it looks like there's a lot of players. And we've been trying to encourage some of our lower level bases to get in it, because just the bonuses you get off of the every 6 hour will be enough to get you a King's Writ if you don't have them.
Well, yeah, we were. I think you missed that part of it, but we did a slide earlier that was just showing, like, if you just get hit by 5 gunboats a day and do all your get all your grants and everything, by the end of the event, you'll have 16,800 bounty just for pushing a button and getting hit by 5 gunboats per day.
That's good numbers to know.
Yeah. So, I mean, that gives you literally enough points to pick anything in the prize list that you want, except for the, the top prize that you need 45K for. But anything else in the event, you can grab, man. You can grab an onslaught for just pushing a button and joining and getting hit by 5 gunboats every day. I mean, that's basically Kickside is basically giving you an onslaught just for pushing that button.
Or a king, which I think the kings are still one of the better bonuses in that overall, because
kings you could get several. Onslaught you would only be able to get 1, but King's Writ you could get like 4 of them.
And you can still make a king's fleet. You can make a King's Writ fleet that'll hit some really good bases.
You can only get three kings.
Yeah, but I've been autoing a lot of the 50, 60, 70 bases with 1 King's Writ. So I think anybody who doesn't join this bounty is doing themselves a huge disfavor.
Right.
Well, maybe go as far as anyone who doesn't do that bounty. Why are they even playing? Unless they just like to go on 2 cargoes or whatnot. There's these people as well, I guess.
Yeah, I guess there are. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ross.
There's people that might, there's people that have obligations that just wouldn't even be able to click repair at all, and that's understandable too. And so there are certain circumstances, and but yeah, I'd like to break the fear though. Also, just from I'd like everybody to give it a shot.
And I guess there's some people out there who PvP holds no interest to them whatsoever. And I suppose people like that, I could understand that they wouldn't want to join in. But, for people who are in the game, to play the game and experience all aspects of the game, if you're not doing this bounty, you're doing yourself a real disservice.
Yeah, and I've heard some of the players say in sector comms as well as our comms, our alliance comms, that I don't want any part of this, and we try and explain to them. I mean, you don't have to do anything, and you can pick up a couple good blueprints. So yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, even just looking at the stuff in the very low tier, at the 1,700 points, you can get gluttonies and sinful scatterguns for 1,700 points apiece. That right there is the start of the really good PvP fleet, in my opinion. So
absolutely, yeah.
Now I got a question here, right? Now I don't know the answer to this. Maybe you guys know. Now the King's Writ. It says there 0 of 3. Now, for the 2,400 points, do you get 1 of them, or do you get all 3?
You only get 1.
Only 1. Okay.
Yeah, and that's a great price still. I mean, it really is.
Anytime something has a max redeem number, that means you only get 1, and that's how. And the max redeem is the number of times that you can get that 1.
Okay, thank you. Well, I wasn't sure on that. No, I thought I'd ask the question for other people that aren't sure about it either.
All right, on. Yeah, that's fine. Now you know, and knowing's half the battle.
Well, now I'm not playing anymore if you don't get all 3 at once. Oh, now. All right.
Yeah, stamp your feet and throw a fit, are you?
But I want to go back into these Vanquishers deal. Is that truly not one of the toughest guards you're coming across?
Oh my gosh, dude! Like I've been going, I've been using like a single onslaught for a lot of these bases, and first time I saw it's like, oh, 5 vanquishers, whatever, and I get there and I'm like shooting, and I'm like shooting, and I'm like not seeing his health bar move at all, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, they're tough, man. They're way tough.
They really are. Hey, I timed out in one. And
yeah, they're crazy.
There are a few good deals that are to be had right now. What's the other that's really good? Mine doesn't seem to be working at the minute. I've only got one little thingy on the left hand side there, so I can't see what the deals are. That's the bounty hunter. That's all I can get. But is it the Furies that are on there? They seem to be pretty good deal.
I don't know if you get the glutton and the sinful scattergun, you got a heck of a lot better fleet than any Fury set.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It looks like there's to me there's a pair of sloth deal, a pair of survivors deal, 5 spite deal.
Well,
and then the Vanquisher deal. And that's pretty good.
I was gonna say, I think mainly we're trying to talk about the good deals, though, and quite honestly, I don't think the Survivor deal, especially, is a good deal because it's what, $45 for 2 survivors.
No, that's like the price of the sloths. I don't think that's a very fair deal either.
But yeah, I think so. I'm with Toxic. I think the Fury deal is pretty good for somebody who doesn't have any kind of basic fleet at all and wants to go out and be able to hit some of these 50, 60, 70 bases. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that's like really good for them, man.
What is on these things for armor? Let's see. These Vanquishers.
They're the 2 new armors.
Yeah, they're pretty sure they've got the new armors on it.
Oh, there's two Inquisitors on there for $65. I don't think that's a very good deal, but it's a pretty well built Inquisitor. So it says a value of $210 for $65. So
I'm looking at these Vanquishers now, and they're just surprisingly tough.
They're good.
I don't know. They don't cause a whole lot of damage, but they sure don't. They don't die easy.
Well, the base I hit had some kind of a launcher on it, and the thing just kept popping and popping and popping. Before I knew it, my Kingswood was gone, and then the Elvis joined the sub hunt, and that was the end of that. So I went back out, repaired, and then tried it another way. But yeah, I think the launches with a lot of charge is the key on them, I think.
I think you mean deflection.
No, I meant the shockwave. Like it.
Oh right, yeah, sorry.
It gave me a shockwave. It just went bang, 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 and you go, damn, what's going on? Before you know it, gone.
Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Somebody apparently tried to hit me while I was doing the show. But it was nice, and they dropped me off 600 bounty, so, I'm not going to complain.
That's good of them. That's 2 targets you don't have to hit now.
Speaking of that, I'm still a little disappointed that they don't have, if you're trying to hit a guy for 3,000 points, I'm still a little disappointed that you don't get anything of theirs for them trying to hit you and losing, say. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you get for the first 5 times that you get hit and they lose, you get 200 points. But yeah, it's not of theirs; it's just generated out of nowhere.
Right, but hell, everybody's got that little trick down pat, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the big thing is though, and their concern, and I can kind of see it, is if they're trying to instigate PvP the more opportunity, the more chance you have of losing something, the more or less likely you're going to be to do it. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, I do agree, but I think that there's a certain point of risk that should be taken anytime you hit a base.
Yeah, I agree. But I can see from incentive wise, I can see why they're not doing it. I personally think that the amount of bounty that you take off somebody that you hit is a little bit too high myself at the moment. I think taking half of their unsecured bounty is a bit much, but you know, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, first day I lost 49.77.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah, that's a big hit, you know, but by putting so much of these bounty, they really introduced a lot more points in this fashion than the 50 and the 100 map targets. So people are really worth something, you know. It's kind of fun and to go after some of those, you know.
Yeah. How's the locator working for you guys? Like, pretty crap or good or in the middle or?
It's truly better than the last.
Yeah,
it's better than before. It's not great, you know. It's adequate. If I go to find one, I'm in the top scale, or you know, in the upper tier, and I still have targets. So therefore, that's okay with me. I'm not spending the entire bounty having it say no targets available. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I know my personal locator, like it shows some of the people who are worth a lot of bounty to me, but then there's other people that I know are within the locator's range and worth a bunch of bounty that don't show up for some reason. I can't figure it out.
Well, I noticed that also if I look in the locator and I go after a large one and I go to look at it to see who or where it is, if I don't bookmark that and I go decide, okay, I'm going to go hit that, and I go to my fleets and I go to send a fleet, it's not many times it's not in the locator anymore. But I since I bookmarked it, I check it and it's still there and it's still worth all the points. So I do agree that there's something going amiss with the locator, but it still is giving me options at least.
you would think that whenever it shows, you know, 10 or 12 options, that those same 10 or 12 options would show up the next time you looked at it. And I've done the same thing. You can't find that base. Damn it, I didn't bookmark it.
Right.
I know, though, speaking from the opposite end of the spectrum, I'm probably just as happy that sometimes I'm not showing up in the locator, you know? So.
No, I agree. I totally agree. Because the bounty's kind of it's time management and how you play the game. You can really work. You can use it in your advantage. You really can. You can stay safe if you needed to. You know what I mean? If you got hit in the right times and collected your bounty at the right times, you'd be worth nothing. I've done it pretty much myself, and so and I racked up quite a few points the first 2 days, and I was never really worth anything. So I like this.
Well, the other thing that I like about it is that Ross and I, we're on the game quite a bit, and I mean, we would set up till 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, starting at 8 in the morning, just grab a sandwich when it's lunchtime and then go back. But you don't have to worry about when the jackpots are because it's just out there for you to work on. If you just get out there and grind, it's there.
Yeah.
I know myself, one of the problems I'm having is I'm having so much fun that, like, by the end of the night, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much unsecured bounty now that, like, when I wake up tomorrow morning and it resets, I might go straight through all the check marks, you know?
Right. And I think Ross had that today where he went almost right through. His last checkpoint for today probably only needed 1,000 or so.
Oh yeah, like this morning it reset and I went straight to all my check marks were done. And plus I had another 2,000 that was left unsecured. And I'm like, oh shit, I really need to start keeping an eye on this and not leave that much banked up in my base at the time.
Yep. It makes it, you have to be a little more aware of what's going on, don't you? But it does have a little more, what I want to say. It's, you know that if you did the right steps and you're sitting there, like tonight, I'm sitting here with 156 unsecured. I don't care if somebody hits me for that. They're not going to. So,
all right. It's so weird because, you know, I'm used to, you know, we try to give a pretty even keel. You know, we say the bad stuff that's bad, and we say the good stuff that's good. And I don't think we've ever had a show so to this date that's been like all so good and positive and
positive, yeah.
And I'm feeling fairly confused.
This just
wait a
isn't
minute.
normal.
I'm just going to ask one more question here, Mike. Were you the one that was complaining the other day before it ever started?
I did. I had a lot of
negative nanny.
No, it wasn't being a negative nanny. It was having a lot of concerns not seeing the format. Now that I've seen the format, all my concerns were really had no validation to them, and they've done a good job. And I told them that exactly in my communications with them.
So it's not only for Matt, it's for Pete and Paul and all the others as well.
But to truly pull the designs and right off the player base is great, because we could totally tell that is the case with these designs, you know. So with that fact alone, I really like this. I just do. I don't think that there's, you know, hocus pocus damage going on or whatever. I know that these are actual bases, and it kind of gives you a look on what the bases are like that are out actively playing in BP, because all these bases that are targets that we're hitting are players that entered Bounty 6. It's not at the time of Bounty 6, but they at least entered it. So they're active. These are active players. I mean, this is the active player base. And it's pretty interesting to see the bases. There's some nice ones. I'll say that there's some surprising level 70s out there.
Yeah.
Well, and I will say it's very obvious that some of the quote unquote active player bases are alt active player bases. Just by looking at them, you can tell it's like, yeah, okay, there's this level 109 guy who has like 4 turrets in his base. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. But, you know, I've come across a couple of those that are set up right, too, that you can tell, wow, because, man, you hit like 2 turrets up front, 3 turrets, and they're about, you're at 25%, you know, and oh, really? That's how, right. You know. So, but the base ideas alone, are endless, because you could shoot. These are actual bases.
Well, I think of how much time and effort for programming targets this is saving them too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, well, we're just copying stuff that's already in the game, you know, so that in itself saves them like tons of time and effort for programming, which in the long run actually means less bugs in the game, because they have less chance of screwing something up in the code when they're programming a target.
I agree. I think we're pretty positive about this whole thing this time.
And I would think that they would repeat this performance because of the overwhelming community is just really happy about this. I really think they are.
Yeah, just whatever you do, don't take something that we're enjoying and everybody's having a good time with it, and then try to monetize it like you did with the FAT back in the day, because that just like everybody loved the FAT when it first came out, and then you tried to start monetizing it and it just went to crap.
Or combine it with some bullshit that's not working. Yeah, we're good right here.
Yeah.
I would like to say
it, so leave it alone. Stop touching it.
I would like to say that that the only problems that I have noticed in this whole bounty is that I've had 3 flash crashes in a day and a half, and I don't know if that's irrelevant to that, or I keep thinking, well, okay, I haven't had one in 5 months or something like this. You know, it's kind of like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden I have 3 in a day and a half. So That's the only
Yeah,
negative
I was
thing I
getting
could even
some-
say.
I had one the other day, but then again, I'm not sure that it's related directly to Bounty because I think like last week I had one too, and then obviously Bounty wasn't going on then. But yeah, flash crashes do seem to popping up again. I'm not sure that Kix has a whole lot of control over that. That just might be Adobe itself. I don't know. You never know with flash crashes.
They're
No, I always figure it's overload. It's too much content at one time. But I'm not really complaining. But I just thought I'd bring that up. That's the only problem that I've had in enjoying this this one here so far. Is I've had 3 flash crashes.
Now, we all know we're going to get this new unstoppable hull with the longest range in the game, and so on and so on and on. Rah rah rah. Now, I can't wait for next bounty already, where we can test and see what because people will have the new executioners in their base, and then you've got the new hull coming out, and we can test that in the next bounty to see
Oh, you
what it does.
you won't need to wait for the next bounty. There's people out there that have Conqueror tokens that can already like fully make one out and fully skull it out. You'll be seeing one visiting your house soon.
Matter of fact, I got enough to make 2, maybe 3 right now.
I'm talking about mine, though. Not talking about other people. I'm talking about mine. So
Yeah.
it's a good testing ground for things like that,
I do want to mention though that the SO I haven't done it myself, but the SOS when the dock functions, some people are still having the issue. So
Yeah, mine's gone.
I don't know how that works out. I mean, we got a player that used the tokens to repair their dock, and then they SOS for 3 hours until it
Trying to launch a fleet.
Yeah. So but it hasn't happened for me. I haven't had to coin my dock, but so that's still out there.
With talking about the new PvP hulls that's coming out, we're getting one a month now, so that it does make it tough. Makes it hard to keep up with.
Well, I mean, yes, but they keep giving us the March to War TLC that gives us, like 15 days worth of Conqueror build tokens. So out of the 3 that you win in Bounty, you can crank one out at least instantaneously. So
Yeah.
that definitely does help alleviate that problem some.
Yes.
I agree, but it's just like we never get a chance to really kind of fine tune this thing before it's out of date.
I don't know, because like I still don't consider my onslaughts being out of date.
No, not that. But
No.
what about your writs? You consider them?
Honestly, no. I mean, maybe for like, top end bases, but there's still lots of bases you can go out there and hit King's Writs with.
I mean, that was just 2 bounties ago. We got the King's Writs, right?
Oh no, hell, King's Writs been out for quite a while.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah, but don't forget that with all these new hulls that are coming out, the tier 7 hulls, I expect to be ballistic and well, God knows what. I mean, you can't put your base, you can't defend against everything. You know what I mean? So all these hulls that are maybe not that useful right now, they'll have their turn in 2 or 3 months' time when the different hulls come out and different turrets maybe or whatnot. So you can't specialize, and that's when these boats that are maybe not so good now come to their own again.
The thing I'm absolutely loving and adoring about Tier 7 and the way it looks like they're going down the path at this point, and I love it because it's really going to address power creep, is it seems like they're using all the same base stats for the hull, and they're just moving where the numbers are. Like last hull had the exact same health as we had on this hull, and I'm pretty sure the deflection values were the same. They just swapped where it was. Like on the last one, it had explosion deflection. This new one, it has missile deflection, and it just seems like they're sticking with the same health numbers, the same deflection numbers, the same damage bonuses type things, but they're just switching around where they are for the appropriate hull. and that really addresses power creep because basically you're just getting the same hull over and over and over. Only it's better at different things.
Yeah,
and I really like that. I really like that.
And and there's going to be a lot of these hulls on the water. That's what I'm just thinking about.
Well, that goes back to another comment they said where they only the super aggressive, supposedly high coin people are going to be able to get these new hulls like the Onslaught. They didn't think there was going to be that many out, and I don't think they thought there was going to be that many. It's going to be that many of this new hull out, but there's going to be a lot out, like you said.
There is.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many people hit that 45K mark, and then the additional 20K for the weapon and the special would go with it. I mean, you could probably get away without the special, but you're definitely going to want the weapon. So I'd say bare minimum 55K to get a decent fleet out there.
Well, I'm thinking, 65. You got to have 65. That's what you got to have.
I really don't. I think you can get away without the new special because there's enough other missile specials out there that I think you can make up for it for not getting that.
Right. I mean, it outranges everything. So.
Yeah, I agree. Toxic, were you trying to say something?
I was, but it's more than 2 seconds ago, so I forgot.
You've been kind of quiet, RB. What do you got?
What have I got? I was just thinking about the new missile, actually, and I was going to have a look at my blueprints to compare it to the Clipper missile to see, how much difference there is, and just thinking about score and, what I can get and what I can't.
Well, definitely the missile, like Hellfire said, I mean, you're going to want that missile. It's just got such a huge amount of damage to it.
Mm.
Right. And the skin.
Oh my gosh. I gotta get my Darth Maul skin, man. I gotta get my Darth Maul skin.
And I think the skins are pretty sweet this time. Even the pink one's horrible.
I was going to say, we know you're talking about the pink one, Ross.
That's just horrible. But yeah, I think I'm a pass on that probably.
It was funny. We did get that skin the last time, Ross, for the Ritz.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there that are pretty excited about that pink skin, though, I have to say.
Oh, I imagine. Yeah.
I know Raina, she was like, finally, I get my pink skin.
Well, yeah, we have Death Crow, so.
And it's gonna be a bit humiliating when you get flattened by a fleet of pink boats. You know that.
It is. True.
Well, I call it the fight for breast cancer skin. That's pink.
With a bow on the thing.
That's true. You could always have that. You could make that statement.
But that missile cruiser, that's a great skin. I mean, that really is a sharp looking skin too. So.
Yeah, it's a good skin. Not as good as the Darth Maul skin, but it's a good skin.
I don't know if I end up at enough, I'll get that. I really do like it, so make it fast.
It's kind of funny because I like that Hope skin so much that like if I would have to choose between getting the skin or getting the missile special, I would probably get the skin.
That's messed up.
No Phobos. You're asking why they removed the limited tack module and put the old one on the prize list. There was a mistake when the prize list first came out and in game and for the store, and the limited tack mod wasn't even supposed to be on the list. But as far as what their actual thinking was for giving us the wake tack mod instead of the tactical focus mod, no, I have no idea what they're thinking. I have no idea what they're thinking whatsoever.
Drugs. It's drugs.
It's official.
Didn't they just legalize marijuana out there?
No, I think it's been legalized out there for a while.
Okay.
It's sometimes obvious in what we get in our product. Yeah, have you guys seen people putting the Wake Tactical modules on any of their onslaughts at this point? I haven't.
I've done it.
We seen there was somebody from SDS7, I think, had it.
Yeah, and then I've done it, trying to duplicate it, replicate it, and mine sucked. Theirs was pretty sweet, but mine sucked, and so I removed it. I've honest to God, I've tried about, I think, I've tried them all. Not like every weight of it, but every style I have, yes.
Right. Oh, so you even put subcavitators on them?
Oh, I'm not even giving. I have a subcavitator on mine now. Yes. And
Well,
let me tell you what. And for I gotta tell you, for bounty, that it is just amazing. I mean, for this with the subcavitator, you can get to kill the subs. You don't have to wait for them to surface. Target over. So it's nice.
Hey, Legion, what's going on? How's your bounty going, man?
Pretty good. A little slow. Been plugging away at it, but I just been getting my secured stuff and then just saying screw it.
Having a good time though?
Loving it. It's the best one. I think this is the first time I've ever gotten over this many points this fast.
That's awesome.
This. I'm hoping that this stays the cycle that they have going forward. A few changes here and there that I think could be done, but I mean it's the best I've seen.
What changes would you like to see?
Probably a little bit faster spawn rate of some of the lower bases, so that some of the lower players can actually get into them a little bit faster. Because I know I've been hoarding them myself because my Conqueror fleets aren't the best of right now.
Okay, I like the spawn rate or the number, being that they're around the drag bases really makes it a lot better than being at the towers for me, because you can really find. I'm noticing I can find some dead sectors and just go hide off there and just sit there and go up and down at a 45 degree and I'm set, and I don't even have to mess with anybody. But I am noticing, and not that so many low numbers.
Well, for a mid-level player, mid to upper level player, I guess there is a base around every base that I've seen. Like there's always, like, if I go to a new drag base, there's always one around there that I can hit. So
I mean, I guess a lot of it has to do too with how populated the sector you're in is, and how many people in the sector that you're in are participating in bounty. I know I myself hasn't had the problem, but like the sector I jumped to is also like pretty freaking dead. I think last I looked there was maybe 8 of us participating in bounty altogether. And that's honestly specifically why I jumped to this sector, because I know it's a dead sector. So I know I wouldn't have a whole lot of target competition for bounty. So, but yeah, if you're in a busy sector, I could definitely see where spawn rate could be a problem. But I would also say, though, that I think spawn rate for this has been way better than like when we had the bandit occupied bases. Because I know with those, if you got, and we're in a heavy traffic sector, if you didn't get them right as soon as they spawned, you might as well give up until the next spawn rate hit.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's probably, and I'm just going to chat in on this, is some of these, you don't have enough things, 50s and 60s, for some of the real lower players that are trying to participate and just don't have they can't hit a 90 or an 80. You know, they gotta really wait on the 50s and 60s. So. And I would agree with that to a certain point.
That is where I'm at. I'm kind of slacking on the Conqueror builds. I've been mostly working on defense over my Conquering fleets, but now I'm slowly got my defense to where I'm happy with it. New weapons are helping with that. Base weapons. So I'm starting to work on my Conquering fleets, getting some good builds going. It's just time. This kind of snuck up on me before I had a chance to get everything I needed to get my fleets where I needed them. But now that if this is the raid cycle they're going, I'm also going to kind of focus on trying to get stuff for bounty now, because I like the way it's set up now. Before, I'll just get the points that I could get, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I think that myself, the points that I'm going to get are going to be a little higher, possibly than I planned. You know, I didn't foresee being able to secure that, you know, so many right off the bat. The first 2 days went really so well, you know, compared to running around and hitting targets for 100 or 50 points. Wow, what a difference for me. I mean, it really was a huge difference. This is. So
honestly, I think in the first 2 days, I hit where I used to get in like an entire bounty. I think I was already there in the first 2 days. You know what I mean? So it's like, I hope, and one of my concerns going forward is once they see how much easier people are able to accrue points and how many people can accrue lots of points. My one concern is that they might start increasing either increasing the points that the prizes cost or decreasing the points that the targets pay. And I really hope that they don't do that, because everybody's having fun, and when people have fun, they spend money. So don't screw it up.
I would agree.
I don't know. Have we flogged that horse to death now, or?
yeah, we might have, but
yeah. What? I mean, I don't know whether you guys have seen it. But I heard that there was a podcast on that Rampage did some kind of a hangout or whatnot. Has anyone seen it? I have not seen it, so I don't know what happened.
I watched it. It was like a 7-minute commercial, basically.
I thought it was pretty good. I watched it.
Yep. I saw it myself.
I haven't watched it yet.
Because anytime we can get a preview of what's coming up, I think that's great.
Oh, was it preview?
No.
Well, it kind of gives you a little inclination as to what's going to be coming up in the future. I think I kind of got that out of it.
From what I saw, it was just he was talking about all the shit that was happening this week. You know, basically he went over the weekly update super quick and then answered a few player questions, and that was kind of it.
Right.
I mean, it's only like 7 minutes long, so it doesn't take you that long to watch it all.
You know, I've just heard of it and I thought I'd ask, but if anyone had seen it, I hadn't. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what news have come out of it or whatnot.
Yeah, it was pretty good. He did, just like Damnation said, he went over the weekly update, and then at the end of the weekly update, he answered some questions that were asked previously on the Battle Pirates Facebook page, and he answered some of those questions that were previously asked during the week before.
Cuttlefish was saying they said something about a TLC that's going to be coming up in there.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll be honest. I only watched like the first four minutes or so.
Yeah,
he talked about a new co-op TLC coming out next week. That's going to have some radioactive and ballistic charged armor in it. So
okay,
that's got to be great compared to where they had it stacked in the last raid. You know.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, and hopefully it ends up working a lot better than the Zoe's headquarters TLC that's out currently still, I think. Because, oh my God, that thing. freaking terrible.
I believe if I got the wording correctly, he said it's going to be similar to the Buccaneer co-op
Gotcha.
TLCs that was in.
Oh, that was a good one, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Right, and Cuttlefish is also saying in chat, and it also did cover. You're going to get some of the charged armor, and also it covers the siege battery 4, ion thrusters 4, and some other prizes like that. A CL3. So.
Oh well, 5 days of siege tokens and prize pack 3. That's well worth it right there.
Well, that's good because we've been asking for more communication. So, you know, if it's early days and this is the way they're going to do it, well, that's got to be a good thing.
Exactly. I mean, anything, even anything is better than nothing. And he did it. So he did it. I'm all for it. You know, I got to tell you, he doesn't have a Dolphins jersey or a matching hat, so I got no problems.
I think I've seen several comments in there about your Dolphin jersey.
I was going to say, in my book, anybody that doesn't have a Dolphins jersey or a Dolphin hat is okay.
So
you forgot the rugged good looks too.
That's right.
All right. Well, I can definitely tell it's now time to end the show.
Time to close this baby down.
Yeah, when we get to this point in the evening, it's time to end the show. I'd like to thank everybody who came in and watched us and participated in chat. You always make things better, and you can help answer some of the stuff that we might not have had a chance to look at. Thanks, Cuddle, for telling us about what was going on in the TLC there. So, yeah, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, share us with all your pages that you're on that we can't get to. And we will talk to you probably Thursday of next week, I would suppose, with our regular show. Later, guys.
Good night.
Good night.